Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about finding meaning in making art. I want to talk about this because recently I watched a video and it inspired me, and also because I knew that it's a very important matter in becoming an artist. Typically in my channel I talked about how to become an artist, like pragmatic ways, how to sell your art, market your art, photograph your art, create passive income, like a very commercial, very hands-on and pragmatic. It does not necessarily mean that I'm only a business person. I went to art school after I went to business school. I think I have, let's say, the problem as an artist and as an entrepreneur, and I understand the struggles of people from the both world. And that's why I want to talk about the meaning of making art in this video, because I want to take a step back, and talking about this will help you establish the fundamentals and really find meaning in what you do and to be okay with what you create, not just making money, not just being a business, but also being a human being. I don't know if it makes sense being a human being, right? So recently I watched this video by Winston Miner. He's not a miner at all. He's a designer. He worked in San Francisco area according to his bio. And in this video, he talked about his life, his father's collection, about art, about his work, and more importantly, about the relationship between the makers, the things that we make, and our world. And I'm going to quote him in this video so that you don't have to go through the long video. If you want, I will drop a link in the description below. We choose where to live, what to surround ourselves with, what to spend our time and energy on. We make our world what it is, and we become the kind of people who live in it. When we are gone, all that's left of us is what we've made. The things you and I make may not leave a visible footprint on the earth, but everything we make takes up space, creates noise, and competes for attention. And I can relate to this video because I am myself a consumer and a materialist, and I collect things as well. The things do take up space, and tell me about it. He's trying to say that as a creator, you make things for other generations to consume, and you leave a dent in the world perhaps, and we are responsible as well for the things we create because we created the very world that we are living in. There's some things I agree more, there's some things that I agree less. For example, he believed that a human is the only animal capable of creating such sophisticated tools that made sophisticated things. That I slightly disagree because there are many things we don't know, right? Dolphins have cochlears that we did not know before. So I don't want to be so narcissistic or egoist. Okay, that's a better word. I don't want to be such an egoist and say that we're the best, God created us, so we're different. Okay, like we are maybe better than some animals in creating things. That is not only a liberty, a freedom to express, but also a responsibility that we have to take the lead to, let's say, set up examples and to care for the world that we are living in because we are more capable than others. And there's some things that I agree more in his video. For example, he believed that all the makers, including designers and artists, are all creators, and he did not distinguish artists from other kind of creators. That I agree, because no matter if you're artist, artisan, designer, interior designer or fashion designer, or you are a video artist or YouTuber, you create content. You make things, no matter digital or physical, for other people to consume. And you are making an impact in this world. Therefore, you are responsible and you need to be more aware of the things that you're making, the impact that you're living in this world. And 2020, we are starting from this very rough start with a major epidemic in China and with a lot of other issues like potential war, global warming, and all of the things that we are not even, having time to discuss today. And the fact that as a creator, you are following an idea to create things. You cannot ignore what is going on in the world, just create the things as you please, because for example, you purchased a canvas and the canvas are made by someone, okay, they're made somewhere, and maybe it's made in China, maybe it's made by the very people who are affected by the epidemic today. So I'm just saying that the world today is a global market, and you cannot isolate yourself unless you're living off grid. Then you wouldn't be watching this video right now. So if you're watching this video, likely you're consuming bottles of water that are bottled somewhere by someone. We are all living in the support, in the relationship to others. So no matter what you're making, it's from someone else, and it will go to someone else. You're not just making art for yourself to lock up on your own shelves. You're making for other people to consume from your original ideas. So now you have an idea. You have the freedom to express. Now what? And I think it's important to put it into perspective. In this global market today, I know that it's not exactly a market because you may not consider it a market. Even the art market is a market. So I'm just saying a market in a way that is it's a earth, it's a globalization. We're living in relationship to one another, and we're not living in isolation. We cannot, right? We are so many people on this earth. It's so crowded. You have internet, you're consuming information, content made by other people. And when you're expressing your own art, you're fulfilling your own dreams, you are fulfilling your own ideas, you are pleasing yourself. You're free to create the things that you create. You have the responsibility, because more power comes with more responsibility, and being free, it is a power today. Not many people have roof over their head, have the materials to paint, have the time to paint, and have the liberty. And the more liberty you have, the more power you have, therefore more responsibilities you have. And this is coming into the business world already. In the business world, people are thinking and talking about being creative and being social, the impact they have in the, let's say, pollution, in the social mobility, gender equality, and all of that, right? So they're already integrating this element into business side. They want to be inclusive, they want to be social, ecological. It's already going there. In the creator side, I see less about the concern of the ecology, the social inclusion of all of that. It's rather more isolated, and the mentality is about me as an artist creating things I want to create. I believe this is the origin of the problem, that why so many creators, so many makers are not finding meaning of making things or making artworks. It's because they are isolated and they're not taking the consideration of all the things they could have made in the world, all the impacts that they are living out, because they are too much focusing on their own creation, their own artist discourse, and their own dreams about the things they want to make. If you can take another approach, like the entrepreneurs trying to see how they can impact the world in a more social, in a more creative way, and you say, okay, if my works can make a change in the world, if my works can express a voice for the voiceless, if my work can carry out certain kind of duty as an individual, like as a citizen, and can make a sacrifice for the well-being of someone else or for a group of people. And if you can take a consideration of all of that, all the challenges that human is facing, then your works can be much more powerful. Ask yourself those questions next time before making a work. Now, are you making changes in the world? Are you making the world a better place? Are you expressing your voice with a message, with a meaning? All of the things that you ask yourself not only could potentially benefit your creativity, your works, but also to help you establish yourself in the world. Today, there are so many artists. Everybody is creating visual content on YouTube, on Instagram. How can you make yourself stand out? Is to relate to others. How other people can feel relatable to your work is by concerning others, by including other people's needs, problems, pain points, and the voice they would like to express, the changes they would like to make into your work. When I say include this in your work, I did not mean include in a very brutal way. that is really like literally like making it your work. For example, you're not going to draw a plastic bottle and write 60% of plastic are only used once, and then the rest is dumped into the ocean, and there are more plastic particles and debris in the ocean than the whole marine animals. I'm not asking you to literally write that or paint that, and I think just by doing that brutally is not helping. There are many companies saying that, we consider gender equality, yet the CEO is manipulating and abusing at workplace their female employees. If you are just mentioning this without considering, without including it in your ideas, in your mentality, in your lifestyle, it's not helping, okay? It's like a company is trying to do a greenwashing. It's not helping at all. Like British Petroleum, guess what? Could not greenwash this company brand because of all these facts that people can see. I can give you examples after examples, but I think you already get me to this point, is you have to live a life that is aligned with the values that you want to put out in your art. Then, if you can align your lifestyle, your ideology, your creativity with the artwork you make, you will concern a lot more people and you are going to make more impact. You leave a dent in this society today and you're going to influence many generations to come. Therefore, you become, let's say, not only a more fulfilling, happier artist, but also an artist for many generations to remember, right? That's, I think, the key in finding meaning in making art. Alright, that's all for today. Leave me a comment. Tell me what is the meaning that you consider is valuable, that is the core to your art. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.